Hello, Hecate devotees, fellow witches and occultists alike out there. Today's video is how to have some protection, some stress relief, and some other things to focus on during the pandemic. I'll share a personal story of mine at the end of the video, but for right now, let's focus on the tips that you can use during this crazy time. Right now, everybody is wearing masks to keep safe, to protect them from spittle or coughing or anything else coming upon them. So, everybody's wearing a mask. So one of the tips that I suggest is, because everybody is stressed out there, you're dealing with people of all sorts that are irritating the crap out of you, a couple drops of lavender oil or myrrh on your mask, so when you're breathing it in, it gives you calm while you're out and about. The other suggestion is putting a sigil of protection for health on the inside of your mask. This is my personal sigil that I have, a stave, a key, if you will. This is for Hecate Luna, who deals with disease, curing of disease and protection and safety. So that's a suggestion. On the inside, I painted it. You could do that. If you're wearing one of the flimsy throwaway masks, you can always use a felt tip marker on the inside and use whatever protection work you want on the inside. That's just one way to keep you safe and calm while you're out there. The second thing would be in your hand sanitizer, using frankincense, myrrh, or rose, or even lavender. All those things are calming, antibacterial that will help, and also protection oils that are out there. You can also put those in hand sanitizers as well. Just an extra precaution to keep you mentally safe and physically safe while you're out there. A lot of people out there are getting stressed and feeling crazy right now. So a suggestion would be to take a nice stress relieving cleansing bath, using any type of non-iodized salt. Sea salt, Himalayan salt works really good. Making yourself a sachet. By doing that, you can get a coffee filter and staple it together after you put the herbs in. You could do rosemary and basil. Those are great for protection, for strength, for calming. You could do cinnamon and cloves in a sachet for keeping the inner anger and frustrations down. You can use lavender and rose for a little self-love to make you feel less stressed out there. And personally, every time that I burn offerings of flowers to Hecate, I save the ash, as well as if I'm doing a serious ritual that is for, strength or protection of myself, I also save the ash. You can put like a pinch of that in your bath, and that renews and protects you with your own magic that you've had sitting around. Another thing that you can do for calming and stress relief would be making yourself a calming tea in the morning. Everybody normally uses chamomile for that, but for me personally, I use 2 teaspoons of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of ginger. That not only helps the blood flow, producing all the good antibodies, but it's also anti-inflammatory and I won't say biotic, but it does help promote your body, and it's an antidepressant. Those things help bring you back to life and feel a little bit renewed. So that's always something great to have during this time that's stressful and depressing for everybody. Another thing is, while you're walking out and about, I know there's a lot of areas out there that are not great to walk in. protection is a huge thing right now because everybody is a little stressed, frustrated. There's crazy crap happening all over the world in different parts of our country, in the US where I'm at. Particularly there's cities that are really dangerous to walk in. And for a little extra protection while you're out and about, you can write a safety sigil or a protection stave and slip it into your shoe, like at the, excuse me, right in there, and so your foot's constantly touching it. Not only a protection one, but there are staves and keys out there for invisibility that might also help you during this time where you want to kind of keep yourself safe and not visible or a problem being attracted to you while you're out in public. Like I said, during walking in those particular dangerous areas, that might help. Those are just some tips and suggestions that I can offer you while you're trying to make it through this crazy, crazy time. I would like to also share a personal story of mine. During this pandemic, a friend of mine's mother got very sick, and she was tested positive for the virus. So what I did to help her, these are the steps that I took. Knowing a little bit of science helps your magic that much more, because when you know how something works, you can cognitively break it down and try to attack the problem at that source. I know medically that contracting the virus, it acts kind of like pneumonia, and it sits fluid on your lungs. So what I did was I took a shot glass. As a matter of fact, I'll show you. This one is in the shape of a female. Because it was a mother, it worked really well. You could take a regular shot glass and put the person's picture behind it, paper clip it, or tie it with some pretty ribbon, whatever color you desire. Fill the glass, your shot glass, with spring water, rain water, snow water, moon water, any type of water that's renewing and helpful and healing. Then I took a handful of rose petals because it means love. I wrote a protection of sigil on one of the rose petals. I put that into the shot glass along with some snake skin. You can, if you don't have snake skin, you could use lizard skin, anything that is regenerative skin properties, which is why I chose snake skin, because they shed and regrow, and the whole point was to help the lungs fight and get back into health. Like I said, the rose petals are for love, and you're writing protection of love on them, and you're putting them all into the glass with their picture on the back, and you're signifying love and strength and healing. And then what I did was I took a candle, I wrote their initials on it, I anointed it with frankincense, because frankincense is for protection as well as healing. And then I lit it next to the shot glass, and I let that burn its course. As the water in the shot glass evaporates, and you say a prayer of healing over everything while you light the candle, little by little, the shot glass represents their body, and it pulls the moisture out from the lungs as the water evaporates. This worked personally for the person. A little by little, every day they got better. The fluid started to clear out, and they recovered after 2 weeks. Now, I didn't add any more current water to it. I just let it do its thing till it completely evaporated down. And I did do the candle process 2 times during that time, so that it helped regenerate everything and keep them on my mind and in my magic process. I hope maybe that works for you as well. I know it worked personally for the person I was doing that for. Everybody's magic is a little bit different, and everybody has a little bit of different ways of doing things. But like I said, this is just my personal magic. This is what worked for me. If it helps you in any way, if it gives you an idea of something to do, please take it, use it to your advantage. That's exactly what these videos are for, is for giving you a little bit of an idea and hopefully spark some interest or inspiration within you. I hope that you're all healthy and well out there. It is madness out there, not just the pandemic, but 2020 has been crazy for everybody. And keep you all in my heart, my mind, and I hope you're all doing well. Blessed be.